All right, here's a couple good rational expression questions. First one, I'm adding, and if I'm adding, I need to get a common denominator. So I'll need to factor both of these things. I'm going to start with this one on the right. So I can factor out a 6. I'll be left with x plus 6 into 48 goes 8 times. And then I have an x plus 6 on top. And then over on this side, seeing as though I have an x plus 8 on this side, I'm hoping I have an x plus 8 here. And then this other one then would have to be 9x plus 8. Let's just see if that works. So 9x squared plus 72 plus another 8, that gives me 80. Yeah, that's right. So that's factored. So you need to factor that however you can. And then they have an x squared minus 7 on top. So now to get my lowest common denominator, it has to include the first one, 9x plus 8, and an x plus 8. And then I look at this one here. It already has an x plus 8, so I just need another 6. So I'll put a 6 there. Okay, so the first one has 9x plus 8, x plus 8, on top x squared minus 7. But to make it a common denominator, it's missing a 6. So I need to have a 6 here and a 6 there. Plus, common denominator. Already I have a 6 and an x plus 8, and then an x plus 6 up top. But I don't have this part, 9x plus 8. So 9x plus 8 needs to go on there and on the top. Okay, now I have the same denominator, so I can just write it over one denominator. And then on the top, since this is add, I'm just going to use the distributive property and then FOIL those ones over there. So this would be 6x squared minus 42 plus, on this side I'll have 9x squared plus 8x plus 54x plus 48. Okay, so I FOILed that. Last thing to do would be to collect like terms on the left, or on the top. So it'd be 15x squared, 8 and 54, that'd be 62, plus 62x, and then minus 42 plus 48 would be plus 6, all over my lowest common denominator. And the denominator, I would always just leave in the factored form like that. The only other thing you could give a shot to, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, is to try and factor that top. I'm just going to give it a shot. I don't know. 15 might be 5 and 3. And then 6, maybe 6 and 1. That gives me 33. That's nowhere near high enough. Can't be that then. Oops. That 62 is real high. Maybe I'll try 15x and an x. And then 6. If I went 6 there on this side here, that'd be 90. That's too high. Maybe a 3 there. And a 2 here. 45 plus 2 is 47. That's not 62. Yeah, I don't think I can factor it. In trying it, I unless I'm missing something, I don't think you can factor that. 5 times 6. Yeah, no. So then I would leave my answer like that. Okay, another question, and this is a complex rational expression. And to solve these, the easiest way is to find a lowest common denominator between this denominator and that one. right? Because I have a fraction divided by another fraction. So find the lowest common denominator between x, y, and y, and that lowest common denominator will just be xy. Then, let me rewrite it. 4x squared. Oh, maybe I should factor that. Oh, no, let's wait. Minus y squared over xy over 2x minus y over y. So I'm going to multiply this whole term by xy over 1. That's my common denominator. And I'll multiply this denominator by xy over 1. So on the top one, the xy and the xy cancel, leaving me with just 4x squared minus y squared. Nice. And on the bottom, the y's cancel, and that leaves me with 2x minus y times x. I'll just put that x at the front. Okay, now on the top, if I try and factor that, I think it's a difference of squares. So it'd be 2x minus y, 2x plus y. And on the bottom, I have x and then 2x minus y. Oh, I can cancel those out. So that cancels with that. So my answer will be 2x plus y over x. Done. Hopefully that helps you with those two questions.